Hello, this is Matt Sorensen with Midland GIS. This demonstration will be focusing on the Integrity User Manager. Now, this is mainly just for administrators of the GIS website that allows you to set up user accounts, username and passwords for different people to access and utilize your GIS website. So the first thing is there is a specific URL or web address that you'll go to access the user manager web page, and it's simply, if you can see this, it's users.integritygis.com. So this is what you will get. Like I said, you have to be an administrator or set up as an administrator to log in to this site. So I've got one set up called example and password, and I'll sign in. And so what this will give the administrator is to see any of the usernames that have previously been set up. It does not display their password, and then it shows you some other information, like if you put in their name, the date it was created, the last time that user was active or accessed the website, if they are logged in or not. So it's showing this example username is logged in, which is the one I'm using. And it shows some other information, if there's an expiration date set for that, and so forth. So it's pretty straightforward to add a new user. You're going to see just a green button up here that says add new user. So if I want to set up someone else to access this specific website, I will click that, and it's going to open up a window right here. Now you're going to notice there's an is admin checkbox in the upper left hand corner. So in the event that you're wanting to set up someone else to be an administrator of the website, that would allow them to set up other user accounts, then you'll want to check that box. Typically you're never going to check that box, but every once in a while, if someone else needs to be able to get in here and set up user accounts, you will allow them to do that. Okay, so I will type in a username, and I'm just going to put example 2 as the username. Now the username can be any number of characters. It can be letters, numbers, symbols, and however, if that username has been used by any of the other web sites that we're hosting, so for example, J Smith is probably a username that's being used on another website. It will prompt you it'll say that username is already in use. So it's not just specific to your site, it's specific to all the other websites that we're providing hosting services for. So it'll prompt you if it's in use. You'll have to just come up with a different example. But there isn't any requirements on this. It can be any number of characters. Now the password, there is a 6-digit requirement for that, be it letters, numbers, or symbols, or 6 characters. So it has to be a minimum of 6 characters. And I'm just going to type in 6 characters there for the password. So it makes you type it in twice to repeat it. Now these other entries here are not required. Email, if you're wanting to track this particular user's email, name, phone number, things like that, you can actually enter that. You don't have to. And you can also set it to expire. So if I'm wanting to actually set this username to expire at a certain date, I simply just come down here. I can type in May 1st, 2017, and it will expire. It'll basically just drop the username will still be in there. It removes them from a role, so it's really easy to get back in here and change the expiration date at a later time if you need to. Now, the other most important thing is you're going to see I'm actually in the Anytown demo website that I'm showing here. Sometimes you may just have one role, In this case, we have 2 roles. Any town is simply just a read-only role. I don't have any editing privileges, or if I want this particular user to have editing rights to be able to change certain data layers on the website, I'm going to say, but you have to click, even if you only have 1 role in here, you still have to click and highlight it. It'll highlight it blue, and then you can click save. We've seen that problem before. You know, somebody tries setting it up, and they see that there's only 1 role down here, and they're like, well, that's fine. You still have to click it and select it, and then click save for that username to be set up. So I'll go ahead and I'll set this one to edit. And another thing, you can only assign someone to 1 role. You can't assign them to multiple roles. So I'll go ahead and click save. And there is the example 2 username that has been set up. And it was created on April 14th. And that's it. So it's going to list every other ones down here. Now you can, if you want to, I'm still on the site, so I can actually go in here and select that one that I just set up. So if I want to go back in and like change a password, like I was mentioning earlier, if I wanted to change the expiration date, if you don't want it to expire, just uncheck that expire box, and that won't have any effect at all. It'll always work no matter what. But I can go in here and, like, let's say I want to change their password or change their role. I can get in here. Let me close out of here. I can simply just click select on an existing username, and it allows me to get in there and do that. So let's go ahead. I'm just go ahead and really quickly, we'll set up an administrator account. Check here. Let's make this one, call it example 3. Oops. And password. And you're going to notice here, since I've checked the is admin, you're going to notice another box down here. So I can say, once again, I can only assign that administrator to 1 role, and then, but they're going to be the administrator of both the Anytown read only and the Anytown edit. So I just hold my shift key down to select both of those, and then click save. And now I've actually just set up this example 3 username, and they are is an administrator, is an admin, as you can see there. So pretty straightforward to set up user accounts, and that wraps up the Integrity User Manager demonstration. Thank you.